a phenomenal move towards privacy, the IRS has decided to stop using face recognition services from ID.me. Gotta cover this, guys. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the channel. Do be sure to smash all the buttons and make sure that you have notifications turned on so that you do not miss when we have news like this. Below my little avatar here, you see phone.myb.lol. That is the privacy-respecting phone that we basically procure and modify for you. If you do want to send us, we got our first request to do this. If you want to send us your own Pixel 4 or Pixel 4 XL device, or really any Pixel device from the second generation onward, you can do so, and we can make all the necessary adjustments and upgrades and then send it back to you. We may be adding that to the store very, very soon as a budget-friendly option for people who already have a device that they like that is a Pixel device. But at any rate, today, the IRS has declared that it is going to move away from the ID.me facial recognition verification for IRS.gov. This is a huge move. Most people, like myself included, were not expecting for the IRS to back down from this. They signed an $86 million contract with ID.me last year, and it was intended to go through to the year 2023. So really, it was a bit of a trial run for the IRS. Anyhow, it seems like maybe they were just trying to get ahead of the need to try to decrease what they perceive to be a problem with fraud when it comes to filing for tax refunds. However, there is no requirement to use this technology in order to file one's taxes. There couldn't be, because many people use tax preparation services and they have to verify their identity some other way in order to have their tax preparer send in their tax refund. The whole thing was a little bit weird, to be honest, because those documents would be prepared with payment information already embedded in it in the correct forms. So all of us just kind of seemed almost a little bit silly. But they're in the process of transitioning away from using the third-party verification service ID.me for IRS Gov accounts. Now, what's interesting is that this happened hours after Senator Ron Wyden of the state of Oregon, who is also chair of the Senate Finance Committee, sent a letter to the IRS and very urgently told them, hey, you need to stop doing this. The decision also followed reports on ID.me from Insider, Bloomberg, and Cyberscoop, which all highlighted the privacy and user concerns about the company. This is a private organization, by the way, ID.me. They are not a government organization. They are a service provider to the IRS in order to get these accounts set up. So if anything does happen with ID.me, yes, they may have a GSA contract, but no, they do not have the same type of accountability to the people of the United States that the IRS does. It should be mentioned that there are still 27 states that use ID.me for ID verification on people accessing unemployment benefits, and the Department of Veteran Affairs uses ID.me for ID verification on certain people trying to log into their VA accounts. And let me just be very clear. I checked this out, and those people that they're referring to here are people who have not set up a premium account, meaning the vast majority of people who need services from the VA could be expected to use ID.me. I think we can do better by our veterans personally. And man, maybe we should get it going. Maybe we should get the petition going now, but I don't think veterans should be treated this way. I just don't think, I think they've been through enough. And I think in order to access the help they need, this is the last straw. This should not be tolerated any longer. If the IRS can't get away with doing it without having some kind of a PR nightmare, then I think we need to just be a little bit more vocal on behalf of our veterans. But that's my take on it. Apparently, some states still think it's okay for unemployment benefits. But an $86 million contract, are they going to get their money back? Man, I don't know. This is government spending. It's very likely that some amount of that, or maybe all of that, is not going to be refunded, or it's going to be deferred till later on, so that ID.me can set up some kind of security audit that the surprise, an affiliate company or one of their own companies then conducts on ID.me to then, air quotes, prove that they are secure enough for the IRS to be able to use them. But I don't know. Apparently in that letter to the IRS, Wyden said that since the IRS doesn't require facial recognition for people to file their taxes, they shouldn't require it in order to access any other part of the IRS services. And I mean, his logic is sound, right? I think the biggest risk of fraud is on the initial filing anyway, where you can tell them which accounts you want to have your refunds paid out to. It's kind of silly. It just really is. The whole thing is just kind of silly, having facial recognition be a requirement. But his department then also, or his office, released a statement saying the Treasury Department has made the smart decision to direct the IRS to transition away from using the controversial ID.me verification service as I requested earlier today. I understand the transition process may take time, but I appreciate that the administration recognizes that privacy and security are not mutually exclusive, and no one should be forced to submit to facial recognition to access critical government services. He is right. He is right. Guys, I can't say this strongly enough. We need to reject any movement to require biometric scanning in order to access government services. And we also need to keep this largely out of the hands of the police. It's not that police shouldn't be enabled in certain ways. It's just that due process needs to be followed. And unfortunately, having ID.me as a non-government organization means that police departments, without oversight and without due process, can access some of these records simply by asking nicely or by paying for the records, just as they do with cellular data right now. Cellular records, SMS, phone call logs, and everything else that Verizon, AT&T, and the other big telcos just give away to the authorities to play nicely with them. I think there's a difference between empowering good police work and enabling bad behavior among police departments that is unconstitutional by ignoring due process. So Bloomberg reported that people have struggled to get unemployment payments after experiencing problems with ID.me. So there is some technological issue with ID.me that makes it more difficult to use for some people. And I think they specifically said that ID.me claimed to use facial recognition in order to match faces to documents, but in fact it uses a one-to-many matching, meaning it compares people's faces to a stored database of photos. But ID.me hasn't disclosed how many images it has stored, nor how it got them. Right? They have this rolling data set that they may have purchased from some other company that deals with AI and deals with machine learning, or they may have just gotten these photos in some other way, some illicit way, and they're just not at this point going to disclose. And there's no such thing as a FOIA request, right? A Freedom of Information request that would hold water against this company because they're not a government organization. See the problem here? See the danger here? But here's the statement from the IRS. IRS Commissioner Chuck Rettig said, the IRS takes taxpayers' privacy and security seriously, and we understand the concerns that have been raised. Everyone should feel comfortable with how their personal information is secured, and we are quickly pursuing short-term options that do not involve facial recognition. They are pivoting in a very big way. They're basically showing in good faith that they intend to stop doing this immediately before this tax season, before we get into April of 2022, and I appreciate it, man. I am here for it. Definitely appreciate the Business Insider piece done here by Carol Haskins. This is just such great journalism, such a great follow-up, and so timely. Thank you for publishing this just as soon as you could. But also, guys, this is proof that we can make a difference. The IRS, yes, is a big and very slow-moving organization, but when we do reach out to our elected officials, when we do push back, when the IRS has made a grave mistake, a big mistake, we can even sue them in court. There is legal recourse. There is a means to change. There is a path forward to see these kinds of changes if we think that the IRS is acting poorly or abusively. We can make these changes. But just wanted to highlight this and say, guys, this is a small win for privacy, but we can even do more. I do think that if you know of anything, please let me know in the comments section. You know of any kind of a movement already or petition already for our veterans that can push back against the use of ID.me for veterans who need to access the VA website, please let me know. The va.gov accounts, it's just obvious after looking at their webpage that they're kind of trying to force veterans to use this service. I think it's a huge mistake. If we're pushing back and the IRS stopped using it, we got to get the VA to stop using it too, just in my opinion. Anyway, didn't mean for this to be activism, but that's just how I feel about it, guys. My heart goes out to our veterans. We've put them through enough. We can do better. And we've already won against the IRS. We can probably do so against the VA as well. Thanks for watching to the end of this video, guys. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and then check out mineyour.biz to sign up for Mine Your Biz Insiders, our exclusive newsletter where we talk about all kinds of mining deals, crypto-oriented deals, security deals, privacy deals, and everything that we can't personally bring you here on the channel, but can talk to you about in email. Also, check out our swag shop where you can see the Mine Your Biz phone. You can also see dedicated sites for Bitcoin, Monero, and other meme coin swag, as well as our friends over at Flux Network. All right, guys, thanks for watching to the end. You know I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.